This milestone podcast, our 100th episode, is brought to you by Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. They've got over 180,000 titles to choose from for your fucking phone. Your phone plays the goddamn audiobooks, and you know what? Use them. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing. I'm Zach.
And I'm Johnny.
And I'm Joe.
He's back.
It's a celebration.
It is a celebration.
Hell yeah.
Dude. One hundo, dude.
One hundo, and we have a Joe with us.
We have a Joe.
Congratulations, guys. Making it to 100.
Not the Joe we want, but the one we deserve. So,
What does that mean, dude?
Jeez.
That was disrespectful.
I can't tell if that was a compliment or not.
Yeah, that
I gotta write that down
horn.
and then dissect that.
That air horn, by the way, is probably the most disrespectful thing that I've heard.
what? Why? You love the ham horn.
No, dude, but you just throw it in all willy-nilly like
Ham?
you fucking...
Do you know what
Ham
the
horn?
definition of the ham horn is? That's what it's for.
Are you saying ham or hand?
I think I can help out with this ham or hand situation.
Mama.
I've never heard it called a ham horn.
It's called a ham horn.
Is it 2 M's or 1 M?
HAMNNM.
All right. Touche.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, welcome everybody to the 100th episode. Man, it's been there's been so much, and you know what? We're gonna take it off into the sunset with this one. We're just gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, we're doing 100
6
hours of.
Whoa.
Okay, I said 6, so you said 100. I feel like we had two different.
I'm gonna need to call into work.
Yeah.
No, are you off tomorrow, Joe?
I am off tomorrow.
It's bitterly cold.
Yeah. Are we doing a retrospective? Are we gonna going back through? Let's bring up. Do you have all the audio queued up so we can go to different roles?
If we were smarter podcasters, we would have taken the last couple of weeks to go through and pulled up awesome clips for us to dissect.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what some of Zach's favorites are, at least that have come out of my mouth.
Yeah, like ear holes. I think ear holes is probably one of my favorite bits. I think Joe and I left off on a high note. Joe jumped ship. We were talking about an artisan cereal place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artesian.
Yeah.
Did we ever?
You know
name
what
it?
I'm? Yeah. Did we ever name it?
I feel like we did. I feel like there was a name that was said during the podcast. Our faithful listeners could probably let us know what
Dig it
that
up.
is.
You know what I miss? Gardening with Joe.
Oh, dude.
It's true. Hey, Joe, how's your gardening going, man?
It's pretty stagnant right now with this cold temperature. However, right now, the bulbs are in their dormant cycle, and so they've harvested all of their energy at the end of summer and fall, and right now they're just holding on to that. And come late March, early April, we'll start pushing up. You'll see the daffodils first, followed by the tulips.
You know, if this wasn't a clean cast, you could draw some really interesting innuendos out of that little paragraph that you shared with us about gardening.
Yeah.
It is a great metaphor for life.
Is it?
Gardening?
Yeah.
I'll share a poem
Guys-
with you sometime.
Ooh. Oh, I thought you were going to do it right now. I got so excited.
I wish I could.
Slam. I think I know what it is. By the great Joe Dirte. It's another Joe. Life's a garden. Dig it.
Exactly.
I thought it was going to go something like, roses are red, violets are
blue.
purple.
You're really trying to do this off the top of your head. And you picked purple to try to rhyme? What are you doing, dude?
Zach, you know how I roll.
Doesn't even make any sense now, dude.
We need to get into video podcasting because if people could just see my head bob that goes to the ham horn, I think it would make a lot more sense, you know?
Yeah, I know that horn as like the it's like the diss horn or something. I don't like that you're calling it the ham horn.
It's
Can
what
we
it's
just
called. Google it.
I call
Fact
it the
checker,
air
Google
horn.
the ham horn. You all are an air horn.
Hey man, I feel like that's a Canadian thing. I've never heard it called the ham horn.
Hey, I'd like to make a proposition for the dedicated listeners.
Yeah.
Whoever
That are still waiting on their doilies, by the way.
Yeah,
All two of them.
Those are on back order. My
Sold out.
Still?
my manufacturer hasn't been getting back to me. They had a warehouse fire and all the doilies went up and their machinery, and so they're trying to rebuild. And I'm a loyal person, so I've stuck with the same manufacturer. And yeah, so hopefully they get back on their feet soon.
Apparently they're
Hey, man.
building that doily factory 1 brick per month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a 100 brick operation.
It's just the thought of jumbled doilies makes me laugh so much, dude.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry, dude. I haven't bought any of them.
Oh, man.
No, disappointed. No, but I'm gonna make a proposition. So, the top Patreon donor this month gets to name my baby.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so this is news because we didn't know what you wanted us to do with the information. So Joe is pregnant. Just Joe. He's the first male.
Yes.
No, the guy from My Dream of Jeannie was actually.
Or
You
what
seen that
about...
episode?
What was the movie with Arnie and Danny DeVito?
Mr. Mom?
One of
No.
them gets pregnant, don't they?
Twins?
Is it twins?
Twins.
Is it?
So there is.
I don't think they're
precedence
pregnant
has
twins. They're in a
been
movie
set
together.
for this. Well, I'm pretty sure one of them has been pregnant before. You know.
I would love to hear Arnold
I
Schwarzenegger
will
giving
bet
birth.
naming
though.
rights to your kid on that.
Get it out of me.
So what are the limitations for this naming of the baby?
25 characters. No no ampersands, exclamation
That's
points, or hashtags.
Okay.
You gotta have at least one uppercase.
Limited to maximum amount of Q's and Z's are 2 a piece, and it has to contain 10 vowels.
10 vowels. That's really complicated.
Y
I was really thinking along something along the lines of ham hornamum.
and homonym. Yeah. Well, that wins. You just got to donate the highest amount on Patreon.
All right, that should be relatively easy.
Or to my PayPal.
Yeah,
Or directly to your
Yeah.
PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because Joe's not gaining any money off besides for selling his
what you
doilies,
think.
which are still on back order,
Huh?
and his jumbled mugs.
Man, I
He
would kill
sucked-
for
he
a
sucked
jumbled
all his-
mug. I'm gonna get a jumbled
He's-
mug made.
Jumbled.
Did you hear that, Joe?
Yeah? What?
Why haven't you just mailed Johnny a mug?
Dude,
I know
we
you
should
got like 14 boxes.
We should get Uncle Don to make some mugs.
Dude, we should.
All we'd have to do is send him. You'd have to send him the file, the JPEG or whatever it is, and he'd do it up, dude.
Dude, that's a good idea.
You
I would
guys should.
actually really like that.
I just had an idea for a little bit that we can get into here. A little bitty.
Okay.
Let's.
About Jack and Diane?
2 American kids.
I mean, if you want to go that way. Why
Going
do they
on
have
a
to
bit of a
always
ride.
be American? Fucking racist. Oop, there's another
It's not
swear.
always. It's John Cougar
I made
Mellencamp,
about
dude.
8 minutes before I swore. That's not true. I think I swore in the first minute. So timestamp that, Zach.
Hey, Joe. I love you,
I don't
dude.
care.
And I'm wanting to keep up with this clean cast stuff,
Don't care.
but it is currently 9:45.
I don't care.
You know what, Zach? Love is
I'm just gonna
sacrifice, okay?
I'm gonna try to tone it down. Well, but I also gotta get up early and stuff. So anyway, go on with your bit, dude.
Okay, I think we should talk about jumbled do's and didn'ts.
Do's and didn'ts.
Yeah. So my first one would be, guess who didn't get a passport in the entire series?
I don't know. You
guess
could be
who
talking
did?
about it all.
Yeah. Second one. Zach, how's your weight loss going?
Oh, it's I'm starving myself.
Okay. I mean, that's a strategy. Joe, have you heard about our weight loss challenge?
No, I haven't.
Zach, do you want to recap?
So Johnny's gonna beat me up if I don't lose weight. Basically, is what it is.
I said for every pound that he loses, and he's never sent me scaled before and after pictures, but he's also drinking iced tea, so he's clearly not taking it too seriously. I said for every pound that he loses,
I feel like iced tea's
I will
pretty
give
safe.
him. No, it's full of sugar.
Well, if it's sweet tea, is that sweet tea, Zach?
It's not sweet tea.
Yeah, look at that shit-eating grin.
Let me tell you what it is, and we can partially thank Joe for this. He brought me some more Dog and Suds root beer, and so I'm drinking root beer right now.
Put it
Perfect,
over
even better.
ice? Oh.
Yeah,
You want me to? It hasn't been in the refrigerator, dude. I needed it cold.
yeah, exactly. Cold and watered down. Idiot. Anyways, I think it was for every pound that Zach lost, I would give him $2 towards his passport.
Yeah.
And any pound under his goal of 20 pounds lost that he was under was 2 minutes of wrestling me.
Oh, shit. So what's the
Yeah.
goal?
Well, his goal was to lose 20 pounds.
Right.
And right now it's looking like I'm going to get 40 minutes of straight ass whooping on Z.
I would pay to see that. I would pay for the passport to see that.
You know what? Maybe that's the play, because $40 isn't going to get me very far in getting a passport. So maybe Joe, maybe I just keep letting it go.
That's
Joe
like
will
30%.
Yeah.
That's pretty far. Maybe if you weren't just flinging your money around on Acuras all the time.
Yeah,
Hey,
fancy.
listen, dude.
Let's talk about some
listen.
dues. Zach finally got a new car.
Oh my gosh, he did.
I finally got a new car, and I've yet to make an Instagram post inside of my vehicle.
It's going to
but
be
now,
so weird seeing your face and not seeing your headliner dangling across your entire back window.
Like you're in some kind of horror movie and you're like the drapes in the house or look all spooky.
I actually went out to my new car and I roughed it up a little bit, so I got a dangling headliner right now.
No,
Good.
perfect. Well, you know,
Just because it felt like it wasn't home.
our
almost.
listeners love consistency, so good for you, Zach.
Zach, I didn't tell you that somebody told me that they saw you in their car. They looked. I don't want to mention his name. I'll tell you who it is, but I don't want to say his name on the podcast. But he looked over at you, and he sees this. He's like, I heard this loud ass car, and I look over at this car. It's like the mufflers dangling, and all the what's it called? The head stuff you're just talking about. We're all draped down. I'm like, who is
the
that?
liner. Yeah,
And he looks over and it's you. You've got like your hat on backwards. He sees your beard and you're just like rocking out to some music.
That's just classic Zach
You know what?
right there.
Yep, that's it, man.
But you know what? That's 2018, Zach.
It is. That was
That
partially
is.
2019 Zach, but not
Nah,
very
dude.
much of it.
2019 Zach is Acura Zach.
It's true. So I upgraded. I have yet to make an Instagram post. You're actually going to be able to hear my voice more than the sound of the exhaust.
That's
Which will be
the
nice.
Hemi.
Real exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
More
It's my first big boy car.
other do's, other didn'ts. I don't have one.
Wow, way to be a tease there, Joey.
Well, hey man, maybe if you had told me ahead of time, I could have thought of nothing still.
You know what? this podcast is all about putting people in the hot seat.
Okay.
All right? And as a guest of this podcast, you have to be ready to be in the hot seat. That's right. I called you a guest.
Any seat I'm in is always the hot seat.
But
I'm so damn good looking.
There he is.
Ooh,
Hey, you know what,
baby.
Johnny?
Yo.
I don't appreciate the lack of your ham horn right there.
Well,
All right,
you know,
dude?
you use the ham horn, you getting shit. You don't use the ham horn, you getting shit. I am moments away from just having it running the entirety of this podcast.
Okay. I like the echo there too.
It is
Yeah.
nice. It's got some nice reverb attached to it.
Yeah, are you recording in a series of caverns?
Yeah, I'm in my Batcave.
Nice.
Did you guys know that Batman has great hearing?
I heard that he just walks around and clicks to find things.
Yeah, his sonic hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his echolocation, dude.
Guys, who do you think was the best Batman?
Well, we got Val Kilmer. We got Christian Bale.
Well, let's just go ahead and
We
take
got
Val Kilmer's Batman and kick it
Mike-
off a cliff. 'Cause
What?
I will. I'm not saying Val. No.
We've got Michael. What was the first dude? The first movie guy. Why can't I think of his name? Michael,
Oh.
right? Something. And then
Keaton? Something Keaton?
Then what's his name? Who
Right.
sold his tequila company for $1 billion?
Who's that?
Not Mel. You don't.
Christian Bale?
What's his name? No, not Christian. No, the guy who was
George Clooney?
George Clooney. There you go.
He had a tequila company?
George Clooney.
Yeah, he had a tequila company. He sold it for $1 billion.
Jeez.
You know what? I'm gonna say number one, you were thinking Adam West.
No, I know who
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
West is. He was in the TV series. I'm talking about the first movie, like from the
Oh.
90s.
You're talking about Michael Keaton.
There you go.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. That's what I said. Come
I
on.
actually really liked Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton was a great Batman. I'm going to go out on a limb right now, and I'm going to say the best Batman.
Don't say Ben Affleck. I'm
Ben
getting off
Affleck.
of here. He's so
Ben
bad.
Affleck is
He's
the best
so
Batman.
bad, dude.
He's not bad. Just because the movies are bad doesn't mean he is bad. He had to work with the script that he was given.
Okay.
Batman versus Superman, after Batman gets his ass kicked and he's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go into training. And it's just Ben Affleck, big as shit, just being a brute. That's
Yeah.
what Batman should be.
Okay. He plays the like the snobby, glib, rich guy pretty well, but he doesn't play Batman well, is what I don't think.
Yep.
Oh, how do you play Batman not well? You just beat everyone up.
For one, you can't have a big back tattoo like he does.
Okay, well, no one saw
And
that
for two,
in the
you
movie.
can't just change your voice and have the confidence come along with it. Okay.
They all
start
changed
talking
their
like
voice,
this.
which I hate,
I'm Batman.
which I really hate.
Michael Keaton
Really
did
hate
not,
that.
and I don't think
You know, he did.
George Clooney
Michael
did either.
Keaton definitely did. Michael Keaton definitely did. I don't know if George Clooney did, but George Clooney's Batman suit had nipples, and that's just weird
Sexy.
as well.
Oh yeah, weird. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I will say, Michael Keaton's Batman gave me nightmares as a kid, and to this day, I am afraid of Danny DeVito.
As the
Danny
Penguin,
DeVito
for
as
sure.
Penguin was the best done Batman character or villain ever.
was pretty good.
And that would be like a
That's-
close call to the Joker and
Heath Ledger's.
Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah. I was terrified of Jack Nicholson's Joker when I was a kid when he falls into that thing. I mean, I saw it as
Yeah.
like a in the single
Pretty
digits
young kid.
age. Yeah, so it was terrifying.
I'll tell you what's terrifying. Going back to the original with Adam West, the TV series,
Mm-hmm.
the Joker. I'm trying to remember the name of the Joker in that, but they did his makeup, and he had a mustache, and they just tried to cover his mustache with white makeup. Do you guys remember this?
No,
No?
I never noticed that. The makeup was so good. I just didn't see the mustache.
Yeah, I was just
Mustache.
immersed in that world. You know?
Yeah. God, what is the name of that? Now I'm trying to Google stuff.
Quit Googling, man.
Yeah, quit
Stop
Googling, man.
Googling.
Well, now I have
No,
to
you
because
don't.
it's gonna get on my nerves.
No, you don't.
You Google face doorknob.
Cesar Romero.
Yeah, no one knows who that is, Zach.
Nor cares.
Yeah, can't agree.
Yep.
He was.
Next, you're going to tell me who
he's
Robin
Hispanic.
is, and I don't know who he is either.
He was Hispanic, obviously, and I think
Obviously.
Robin,
What does that mean? You racist.
his name is Cesar Romero.
Okay, moving on. So, Zach, do you have any do's or didn'ts?
Johnny didn't end up getting another mic like he said he was going to.
That is very true.
Roasted.
Although, man, today I was looking at, or not today, yesterday I was looking at some podcast setups, and there's some pretty cool self-contained units now that have a light and a webcam that you can scroll up and down like this,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and the
You're
mic.
You're just
That gesture is interesting.
yeah. That is. It's very.
This, you got to do this.
I'm still trying to keep it sort
Is
of
that a
clean.
shake weight?
I'm still trying to keep this podcast.
But they're expensive, but it actually looked pretty cool. And I know we've talked about how we can do more video, and I don't want to take up too much time talking about the podcast mashup that we did with Up and Coming, where he has a camera guy. That was really weird to get used to at first. I'm not going to lie. That added another layer of stress.
missed
But
that.
So you already recorded that one?
yeah, I recorded it last Saturday. So he's editing all the footage. So we'll get the audio, and hopefully we'll get some videos and stuff that we can use on Instagram and do some co-promotion.
Cool.
But yeah, videos, probably a good way to start sharing the podcast more. But I record in my dungeon, and it is a flippin' mess down here.
Right.
And I usually show up after the gym, and I don't look good.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
You sexy man. Next time you're in town, Johnny, I'll just give you one of my blue microphones.
Ooh, yeah. It's
You still have 3 of
No,
them?
Place
I have 2. I mean,
Zach
there's no
with the,
reason I should have 2.
That's fun.
Doesn't one of them whine, though?
I don't know.
That's the one I want, by the way.
Both of them do.
Yeah.
No, perfect.
They whine when they're, I don't know. They whine when they're present in front of other blue microphones, and then they hold on. I think they hold on to some kind of static from that. I don't know, dude. Because you don't have to.
Yeah, well.
You don't, Zach. You haven't had to clean out the whine from mine, right? In the last couple that I've done, or have you? And I can't hear it.
I think I did in the last
Okay.
one.
That's likely story, Zach.
At least I can't hear it right now. So you can have the
Okay,
other
well-
whiny one.
That's good.
Perfect. And I'll find a way to amplify that whine just for Zach.
And I will remove it because I am the Jesus of editing for this podcast, dude. I've done some serious
What does that mean?
miracles.
Okay, miracles. Okay, you brought it around. I'm like, so where's the connection there to Jesus?
Yeah, no.
I thought you just meant because your beard.
Yeah,
You're
well,
getting
obviously.
pretty bushy again there, bud.
Thanks. Yeah, I haven't touched it since the beginning of November.
Grow it out real long so I can strangle you with it when you don't meet your weight loss goal.
All right. Sounds good.
Death by beard. Wow.
You know what else is a jumbled do?
What's that?
We determined the ping pong champion of the world.
No, dude.
And
did.
it's me.
No,
We
dude.
did, and Johnny
Dude, I
Johnny took it.
hated those podcasts when you came back from your honeymoon and you're talking all this shit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Have I been on the podcast to defend myself? Have I? I don't remember.
You don't need to defend yourself. I'm the champion.
Not in the presence of Johnny.
Okay.
Jumbo
So-
champion of the world.
So listen. So Johnny gets me over to his house. I have a couple drinks. I'm like, oh, Johnny, can I get you something to drink? And he's like, no, I'm not drinking, but do you want to play some ping pong? He takes complete advantage of me, gives me this
God.
headlamp and says, this is your side. It's pitch black over there. I'm trying to see the ball. I can see his side perfectly fine, but it's like when it comes over to mine, it's like I'm in a deep cave. And when I go to reach for it, I punch a wall. So one time I had to dig the ping pong paddle out of his drywall. He's got a big basement, but for some reason he gave me some kind of weird short side, and that's what happened.
Yeah, but you said that the games counted, and we have video proof
No one was there.
and a witness of your wife who is an officer of the law.
Nope.
And
She's not an officer of the law.
She's an interpreter, if anything.
Yeah.
I'm the jumbled ping pong champion of the world.
Dude.
And you know what? Next time I'm in the Kansas City area and I rough up Zach for being a fat piece of shit, I'll then ruin your dreams in ping pong.
All right, Johnny.
Hey man, I don't appreciate being called a fat piece of shit.
Well, you know what, Zach? I tried the positive reinforcement with money, and that's not working. So now I'm just gonna text you every morning when I'm doing my 5:30 workout. You're fat piece of shit, Zach.
I don't work out either. And I put on
Yeah, but you
There
haven't.
we go.
I put
you
on
haven't
10
publicly
pounds over
said.
the holidays though.
Oh wow. Well, you know you're working on that dad bod. You got to get a head start.
It is true. Sympathy dad bod weight. Yeah.
So how much
That's,
McDonald's are you eating right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Not so much McDonald's. Zach and I had McDonald's the other day.
We did.
Wendy's is like my go-to. I love a Wendy's burger. It is delicious.
Any weird
lot of
cravings
takeout.
from the wife?
No. She eats a ton of popsicles. I mean, she goes through like
well.
2 boxes of popsicles like every 2 to 3 days.
I heard that means you're gonna have a girl.
Well, we are having a girl.
Oh, so I was right.
Exactly. No, so she gets like and it's not like just sugary popsicles. It's like
The real fruit ones.
yeah, they're like fruit, no sugar added kind of stuff. She takes it seriously, but it's like sometimes I'll come up and she'll have like 3 on her nightstand. And I'm like, oh, it's a 3 popsicle kind of night, huh? She's like, don't judge me.
Yeah.
Hey,
what
no
the hell?
judges,
She's
just
eating for
observations.
2. She is 3D printing a human right now. You show her some respect.
I've never thought of it.
3D printing a human.
Yeah, dude.
That's fun.
Hope she doesn't run out of ink or whatever you call the stuff.
That's why she's got to eat more popsicles.
Yeah.
God, this is simple math, guys.
Ah, yes.
And now we all know.
Do you need a lesson on the human reproductive system? Popsicles go in, babies come out. It's real simple.
I don't think the popsicles go in that way. The way you said it made it sound like the popsicles were
No,
going
you
in a different
interpreted that,
way.
which is why you clearly failed sex ed in America. Or that is what sex ed taught you in America, because you guys hate sex ed.
Yes. Dude, sex ed, I was so confused by. I got it in the 6th grade, 2nd semester of my 6th grade year. I remember our teacher, our science teacher, Mr. Goebel, he had an iguana.
Shout out, Mr.
Yeah,
Goebel.
shout out. He had an iguana that I used to like to hold and a corn
Did
snake.
he do live demonstrations with the iguana? Because I'm a little bit concerned where this story's going.
Yeah, a live iguana and a Godzilla plush toy, because that was about the time when the one came out.
Ba, 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 ba. You guys remember that shitty P. Diddy song that he did?
Was it P. Diddy?
He did the cut. Yeah, come with me.
Oh, that was a great song.
But- Yeah, but he did the cover of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, sex
keep
ed
going,
failed
sex
me
ed.
because I thought anytime you had sex, you could get AIDS. Like, I thought AIDS was a byproduct of sex. For some
Yeah,
reason,
I've gotten it.
that happened.
I've gotten it all 4 times.
And I kept asking my teacher, because he was like, I was like, how do you prevent like from getting AIDS? He's like, well, if you know you and your partner are honest with each other and you love each other, then you won't you won't pass it on. I'm like, what? Like, you have to love each other? So if you love each other, then you won't get AIDS. But if you just have sex without the love, then you get AIDS. I was super confused and literally did not have that clarified for like at least another year or 2.
A year
You can only ask so many. You can only ask so many follow-up questions about
8th
that
grade.
without being like, you know what? I look like an idiot. I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, Joe's in 8th grade, and he's like, well,
We
just gotta make sure I love the person.
I think we took a sex ed class in grade 9, and it was about STDs, and I was so freaked out that I immediately went to a clinic and was like, yo, check my dick. And they were like, are you sexually active? And I was like, I don't know, sort of, but not really. Just check it.
Just check it.
All right, guys, let's stop to take a second to talk about our sponsor for today's podcast, Audible. You guys know about Audible. We talk about them all the time. We love them. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled. The book that I'm going to be recommending for the month of January, kicking it off right here in 2019, is I Must Say, My Life as a Humble Comedy Legend by Martin Short, narrated by the man himself. It's a memoir. It's talking about his early days on in Second City, also in Saturday Night Live, and his famous movies that he's been in throughout his life and his career. But he also gets into his private life, where he talks about how he lost his eldest brother and both of his parents by the time he turned 20 years old, and how he most recently lost his wife of 30 years to cancer. So it's a bit of a roller coaster, but it really lets you inside of the mind of the man who you all know and love, Martin Short. It's a great listen, so I'd really recommend that one. But if there's something else you guys want to listen to, of course, they have over 180,000 different titles that you can listen to. So feel free to listen to whatever else you like. I personally really recommend Martin Short. He's a comedy legend. He's a titan in that regard, and I think it would be it's 8 hours and 40 minutes of your time that would be well spent. So give that a shot and let us know what you think. Thanks, Audible. And let's get back to the podcast, because there's going to be a little bit more that we need to listen to.
I think you're going to say I went to a clinic, put a condom on, and I didn't take it off.
Well, then I figured, you never want to be unprepared. So if you just leave it on all the time.
Yeah. And
you'd never have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You never have to clean up.
It's like a diaper.
Yeah.
That gets really
a dick
heavy.
diaper.
Yeah.
Oh, and now a word from our sponsor, Dick Diapers.
Dick diapers, dude.
Do you find yourself in a meeting frequently getting up? Consider Dick Diapers.
Just around your crotch. Yeah, just not for the backside. You can take care of the backside.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, God, that's... Dude, how did we get here?
I don't know.
We made a promise.
You guys read?
We made a
You
promise.
guys reading anything lately? Reading any books, magazines, journals, scientific?
What's that word?
Book.
A boo.
B-O-O-K.
Book.
I recently read Catch Me If You Can by Frank Abagnale Jr.
How was that?
Dude, super good. So there was a movie, of course, made with Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. But they took so many liberties. The actual story is so much better than the movie.
You say that like you're surprised, but we should all know that as human beings.
It's true.
That the books are always better.
It's true. Most of the time. 99.99 repeating. Cat in the Hat.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Yep. Horace Hears a Hoot. Who? Not a hoot. But yeah.
I hear is a hoot.
Catch Me If You Can. Super good. I recommend it.
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
So how is preparing the house for the incoming baby, now known as Ham Hornet?
Ham Hornet. It's going well. I assembled a crib the other day.
I saw that. It looked real good.
Yeah, dude,
real nice.
Super sleek. We got a ton of stuff given to us. Like, we have a changing table. We've got a bunch of little girls' clothes. She's got little purple Uggs that were given to us. Who buys their kids Uggs? But you know what?
Rich people?
Yeah. They got. I would assume that they're not that expensive. I would hope not.
No way. Have you looked at baby shoes? They're insane.
Are
they're
they?
tiny and they
Dude,
cost as much as human
nuts.
shoes.
Human shoes.
Yeah, they're nuts.
Are babies not humans?
No, not yet.
No.
They're undeveloped.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Preparing.
they gotta get to like year. They gotta get to like 2, and then
They're
switch
human?
into
Oh,
human.
okay.
It's like a pie. You put a pie together and everything's there to be a pie, but it's not a pie till you bake it.
It's like tutorial mode. Up till age 2.
Exactly.
Okay. We got all these clothes. We pushed the bed aside in our spare room to make room for all the stuff. We're like decluttering all of our stuff. We're like, we're not gonna have time to do this in the future, so let's just get rid of a lot of stuff now. Dude,
that's good.
There's so many products for babies, and they'll have
It's
like
insane.
funny names like Snoo, a Mamaroo. What else is there?
The giraffe thing. What's the giraffe thing that's super popular?
I don't know.
No,
I'm
it's like
sure.
some
I'm
French
sure
thing.
Nikki knows, but we got this Snoo. It's like a smart crib. Yeah. So like in the middle of the night, if the baby starts moving or crying, it starts vibrating, or playing like a gentle song to put him back to sleep. Because babies wake up after the end of every REM or REM cycle. So
Okay.
yeah.
It's a little Enter Sandman every time they start
Yep.
shaking around a little too much.
So I'm really excited, and if you ever need any parenting advice, you can always reach out to me.
Yes, Johnny is the resident professional.
Wait. Do you have a baby I don't know about besides your 2 little
no.
fur babies?
Nope. But
Who you've trained super well.
I'm basically a genius and a master level problem solver, and babies are basically just tiny problems with legs and arms and a pooper that doesn't stop.
Okay.
Tiny legs, arms, and a pooper.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, when I'm elbow deep in poop this summer, I'll give you a call and say, Johnny, what do I do? What soap should I use?
If you're elbow deep in poop, you're just doing it right, dude.
Yeah.
You know how you clean a baby off real fast?
Hose.
You take them. A hose is really good. I was thinking you take them.
Fish tank.
You duct tape them to your ceiling fan, butt facing out,
Yeah.
and then you just crank that, and centrifugal force takes over and does all the work for you.
Yeah. And then they, so what if they pass out for a little bit from all of
then you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Then you have a
G-forces.
napping baby.
Johnny,
Johnny,
your credentials far exceed my expectations. I will definitely be calling.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I look forward to babysitting and coming to visit and playing with the baby until she gets fussy and then handing her off back to you guys.
Sounds
Because that's my
appropriate.
jam.
Yeah.
That is my jam.
You're missing out on all the fun stuff, though, Johnny.
Like what? Like lack of sleep and shit everywhere and
Like
bruised
watching,
nipples and...
Like watching a life form that you helped create turn into a better version of itself day after day, and just learning things and doing funny, cute things.
Dude, that's deep.
That's fair. I can't argue that. There is a sense of fulfillment that you get from kids that nothing else in this world will give you. And I'm okay with that.
You're all right.
When I get bored, I'll just buy a tiny human and watch it.
I think that's called adopting. Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's.
Can you
just buy a tiny
rent
human
a
and-
baby? Like, could you just for like an afternoon?
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
called
rent-
fostering.
Flostering?
Rent a center. No,
Is there an L in there?
Fostering.
Oh, fostering.
no. Rent a center. Rent a center has babies now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just go to Rent a Center and you're like, hey, I'll take little Stevie, and then
Can you get like insurance just in case like you bring it back damaged? Like a scuff or something like that?
yeah, but I don't know. You're better off just sort of, making sure the baby's not in like if you're having friends over or whatever, you want to make sure that your friends are like not gonna like, be rough or anything. Like, oh,
Not me.
that was Joe. That was Joe this time.
See, and Joe probably looked up ham
I did it to
horn
myself.
and found that it's called ham horn, and you can eat a dick sack.
I plead the fifth. Did not look up ham horn whatsoever.
Nope, clearly not. So Joe, being a somewhat outside observer of the podcast, obviously you've been back a few times here and there. how do you feel about your baby and it's blossoming into what it's become today, which is a never-ending dick joke?
When you put it that way. No, dude, I'm glad that it's still going on. My biggest thing because I remember telling Zach in my kitchen, hey, I need to step away because I got to focus on, getting hired and then, upholding my reputation, because you could have like searched my name and Jumbled comes up, but my biggest thing was like, I don't want it to end. So when you stepped in to take it over, and I was happy that it would continue, and I'm glad that it's made its way to 100.
Have you?
Hey, thanks, man.
Have you given us a rating on iTunes?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Good job, boy.
Well, what was the rating?
It was somewhere in between
0 and 1.
Yeah. Between
100.
1 star and the Microsoft paperclip.
Oh man, I love Clippy.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Clippy.
Mm-hmm.
Clippy should make a comeback, dude.
Oh, I still got them. Still use them. I'm running Windows 94, so.
Yeah, I think it was like Office 2000 or something like that had Clippy. I can't recall.
Yeah, good old
okay.
Clippy.
Just make it look like I'm lying, Zach, by saying it was in Microsoft 2000, not 94.
It's okay. We have a fact checker. So there's a jumbled do's and didn'ts. We apparently have just ripped through fact checkers.
Yeah.
And I just assume that it's because Zach and I talk out of our ass so much that fact checkers are, just not interested.
There's no facts, actually. This is not a podcast based in facts.
You gotta pay me for so many facts you're getting wrong. Like, per fact, this is
oh my gosh,
substantial.
It's very substantial.
Yeah.
At least with Joe, it was like he had stuff written down. Me and Johnny just sort of fly off the cuff.
Hey, I have a dedicated notebook just for Jumbled, okay?
Aww.
Sometimes I draw pirate ships on it.
Is that a moleskin?
No, but I actually want to get a moleskin.
Dude.
It's actually my work book. I get a bunch of them. Mm-hmm. Moleskin's the one that has the really cool digital pen or whatever that tracks it, and you can send your notes right to your phone and stuff.
Yeah, you can do that, yeah. Those are pretty sweet, but you don't have to use it. There are just moleskin notebooks. You don't have to use the pen in it.
So I'm really weird about stationery, and I have a dedicated stationery store, and I shared that fact about myself with a group of people, and they thought I was really weird. Is that weird?
That you have a stationery shop that you go to?
Yeah, it is literally, that is their sole purpose, sole business is stationery, and it's in kind of like a fancy shopping district. It's called Reed's. It's been around for forever, and all it is just pens and books and felts and markers and pencil crayons. And
I'm gonna tell you right now. You should buy as much stuff there as you need for like a decade, because within the next couple years they're gonna go out of business.
Why?
Because every like pen and stationery place that I've ever seen doesn't sustain.
But they've been around forever.
So
Amazon's
is Sears.
That's a good point. Oh man, I love Reeds. I'll die without Reeds.
Hey, let me ask you something. So you have a stationary place you go to.
Yep.
Do you have a guy that you ask for when you walk in?
No.
Well, if Tony's not here, I'm not buying pens. Can't do it.
Can't buy from Bill.
Man, I learned a lot about the pen market and fancy pens and fountain pens, and there are people who spend a ridiculous amount of money on pens.
Yeah.
Like a level that I will never truly understand fully.
I didn't realize that. They're expensive.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I thought I was nuts for my pens, and they're roughly $3 each. But I know people who spend like $100 on a pen or more.
I buy really fancy Bic pens.
Mm-hmm.
They're really expensive.
This
ones,
is the only pen I ever use.
These are the only pins
Very
I
nice,
always
dude. I
use.
like
Pilot G2s, and then
This is a pilot.
and
This
then-
is a pilot friction.
and then to grade, I use Papermate felt.
Ooh.
These are super fun to write with too. They drag a little bit, so I don't write a ton with them. But
Zach's really stoked about the direction of this podcast right now. Zach, what do you
I'm
what do
looking
you
for a
prefer
pin.
more, gardening or stationary conversation?
God. I mean, the two main things of this podcast, right? How do I choose between those?
Joe, we could do an offshoot. It could be jumbled seniors, and we could literally just talk about stationary and gardening, and we would probably boom in the very hot market of senior citizens.
yeah, dude, Florida would love us.
Don't forget about
Arizona.
loafers.
Loafers, yeah, dude. Some Dexter loafers.
Loafers haven't been cool for a while, boys.
Here's some do's and didn'ts. Zach didn't think of any other name to fill in off the cuff other than Bill, and he that's what he did do. Just like
Dude,
2
how
minutes
do I
2 minutes
always
ago,
do
he
it?
just said Bill, and it's
said
so
Bill
funny,
again.
Zach, because you paused to think about a name,
Think about
and
names,
it's always
and
Bill.
then Bill is always the one.
Like,
that
I'm not
comes
gonna buy
up.
it from Bill. It's like when you go to think of it, like that name
It's
just
the only
pops up.
name.
Bill or Bill.
Yeah, what
it's
other
either
name
Bill or
is
Billy.
there?
Not William.
So there are four names, right? There are four names in the world. There's Zach, Johnny, Joe, and Bill.
Yeah,
All right, Zach with a K though, right? The proper way.
absolutely.
No, it's actually ZACQUE.
Oh, I'm just gonna.
like-
Your real
it's like
name is
shock.
Zachary, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll fix that
Yeah,
right away.
you say it just like that.
So what do you guys? What are your? I know it's a little early. It's a little early.
What do
What
I
are your
want for
predictions
Christmas?
for Super Bowl?
I predict that I will care about this Super Bowl as much as I care about
go!
anything like the PBA. I think I care about the Super Bowl as much as I care about any
Peanut
random
butter and
PBA
anchovies?
match.
Love PBA.
Yep.
Mm,
No, seriously, I think I hope the Rams win.
No,
They don't deserve to be there.
they're not gonna win.
they do have a pretty awesome coach. Apparently, he's some kind of football savant.
Yeah, but they still don't deserve to be there because that
Why?
pass interference call.
Well, you know what? The game
Wait.
is a game.
It's true. You know what? That may have been a deciding factor at the end, but so many things go into a game other than just one play.
Exactly, and you can't blame just one player,
but
one player.
But it was such a close game between both teams that you could almost pinpoint one singular event.
Yeah, but there's a lot
that
of
could
events
tilt
that
it
led
one
up
way.
to it being a close game, where one side could have blown out if they didn't make other mistakes. So it's really easy to blame it on the last play of the game. Rip Seattle and Russell Wilson. But
Like that dude.
You know,
It's a good dude.
you know what? At the end of the day, you got to put it away, and refs are humans. So I'm obviously cheering for the Pats. There's some family lineage in supporting that team, and I somewhat recently, I guess it's been a couple of years now, officially came out as a Pats fan. I was a closet Pats fan before, and you know what? You just got to support the GOAT.
Yeah. I'm not rooting for the Rams, but the Patriots are gonna win. He's been to the Super Bowl 9 times, right? 9.
Mm-hmm.
He surpassed being the most at 7. Most appearances at 7.
That was Terry Bradshaw, right?
No sign of him stopping.
I don't know.
He's gonna be 55 and throwing that pigskin.
I think it was some kind of nose tackle that he surpassed.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
Nose tackle.
Peyton went 5 times. But
Yeah, and he was trash.
Right.
number 18, screw that guy.
he's
Brady's
awful.
just he's too confident. Not confident. He's
He's too crafty.
He's
Too
good.
clutch.
He's just really good. Like he's got the
He's a nice
experience, he's
man.
got the confidence going into the game. It's like, oh, I'm back here again for the 9th time.
Easy
Well, and that's the
mode.
thing.
There's
That's
just
the
no
thing.
nerves at that point, you know?
Yeah, he's been there before. He's done it all. So
I still go back every once in a while and watch like the highlights from the Super Bowl 2 years ago against the Falcons when they came back. It's just amazing. And that was the same season as Deflategate, right? And so it's like
just mounts this awesome comeback. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for football, and football is rooting for Brady. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, great.
All right. Poor connection.
I love foosball. I also love your skipping out Skype. So episode 100. Pretty awesome to have you back, Joe. What do you think will be your reoccurrence on the podcast going forward?
Of course, I'd like to come back every once in a while. When baby comes, who knows? I will be a stay-at-home dad.
Ooh, living
So
the dream.
I'll have the opportunity to have more time, but will I have more time? I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
So Nikki
Probably
and I will
not.
be home together for the first 3 months, and then after that, when she goes to work, like at day 91, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what do I do? I know how to take care of a baby,
Right.
but like a full-time take care of a baby?
Yeah, think of it like a job. 3 months is your, 3 to 6 month
Training period, yeah.
training period. You'll be good to go.
Yeah.
You'll have that baby
Well-
whipped into shape in no time.
Well, and another thing to think about is like
you
if
don't have
we-
any experience. You shut your mouth.
Yeah, Zach, I'm the freaking expert here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny. Go ahead. What
Yeah.
was I gonna say?
Probably blah 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 blah. My name's Zach. Blah 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 blah.
That sounds
Dude,
exactly
you
like him.
nailed it, bro.
If I closed my eyes, I thought that would have been Johnny. Or I thought it would have been Zach.
I've been
Yeah.
been working on that impression for quite some time. Actually, the last 10 episodes have just been me, not Zach. It's me talking to myself as Zach.
How impressive would that
so
be, dude?
there's my secret.
Yeah.
I basically. All right, Zach. What's the vision for the next 100? What do we want to do more of, and what do we want to do less of?
I think going and increasing our presence on platforms like YouTube and whatnot would be smart.
Charity drives.
We'd have to figure out.
Charity drives,
Blood
yep,
drives.
absolutely.
Yep.
Semen drives.
Car
Wait,
washes. Bake
Yep.
sales.
Johnny's-
Bikini washes.
Yep, we'll wash your
Johnny's,
bikinis.
Those are really successful in Canada, especially around this time of year.
We'll freeze your car for you.
But I would definitely like to see more of a presence on for video because I feel like that's a big driving factor for people to check in on the podcast.
So
as
one of the
well,
things that I've seen that I like, but it is a lot of work, and that we can try and
just put that
figure
anywhere.
out through the pen at the mic, would be recording our conversation and then taking some of the highlights and using that as our Instagram posts, like little snippets to show off the episode.
Like a teaser reel.
It is a teaser, a little teaser reel. That'd be pretty sweet. I really am digging the guest interviews, and that's been an interesting twist that we've taken on. I think, the next season of Jumbled, we'll have to bring back some conspiracy series.
Our season's 100 episodes long. So are you moving on to
Yep.
season 2?
Season 2.
I've been labeling the seasons as years, so there are 52 episodes in a season.
Yeah, well, you're just wrong again, Zach. God, this is why you're fired, and I have to imitate your voice all the time.
Slow clapping.
Yep. I'm just waving goodbye.
All right.
Johnny, you can do both of the voices, obviously. We know that you're fully capable.
Hey, everybody, I'm
I'll-
Zach.
I'll see you guys. Oh, man.
Oh,
dude.
here. It's a coup. We're taking it over, Johnny. Here, I'll do Zach too.
Hey guys, welcome to Joe's podcast. I'm Zach.
You guys are assholes, dude.
This week,
right.
I'm listening to this Audible book. It's a really good one. Find us on Instagram.
I'm laughing so hard that my phone wouldn't recognize my face to unlock.
Oh my god. All right, well, I'm glad you guys can laugh at my expense. Hey, you know what?
Zach.
I would go down to your level. I would do it, but I care too much.
When they
you know?
go
But you're too
low,
old and out of
go
shape to
high.
bend down that low.
Sick burn. All right, we got him. Oh, he's saying we're
Zach's
number
final
one.
moment
He's giving us the
on
one-fingered
Jumbled
salute.
is
Thanks,
the
Zeke.
old you're number one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
He's still got headphones on, so I know he's listening. I can see you.
Hey, while we still got time, Zach and I successfully, well, I don't know about successfully. Zach and I participated in a Fortnite tournament.
Wow, how did that
Yeah,
go?
that's true.
It was surprisingly, it was fun.
It was
But
fun.
I was going there like I had called and like, oh, what kind of prize can we expect? What kind of cash? This guy was like, just pumping me full of all this information, all this hot
Wait, was
air.
this like
basically.
a LAN party?
No, you go to their shop and they've got like 12 Xboxes there and PlayStations.
Yeah,
and
so it's a local.
it's not
tournament.
local. You go in, you play, you hop in a game, you hop in an Xbox Live lobby, and you play. Whoever gets the most eliminations wins, basically.
Oh,
a point
I
per
understand.
elimination, and then 3 points if you win.
For a win?
Yeah. So whoever gets the highest single amount of points in a single game. But we got there. We were the first two there, and they had already been going for like 45 minutes. And then not a little kid, probably like a 6th grader or something like that came in.
Yeah.
And he got the most points while we were there.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
I just had this brief moment of weakness where I was going to ask is it possible that PS4 can play with Xbox?
Yes.
But then I remembered I promised that I would never play that game. And although I miss you guys dearly and I miss gaming with you, I don't know, man. It just doesn't. I don't see the allure.
It doesn't float your boat.
Well, you also haven't played it, and to be fair, at the beginning when Joe was just like, "Oh man, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. I've been really going hard at it." I was like, "What is Fortnite, dude? Why?" And then I played it, and it's really fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's the most collaborative game I've ever played.
I
Guess
do
how many
like
times I've heard that?
collaboration.
Guess how many times I've heard Joe say that
Well,
phrase?
probably every night that you guys play together.
I was telling Bill the other day about how collaborative it is.
my boy Bill.
Fortnite is the most collaborative game that I've ever played in my
It's the
life.
most collaborative game I've ever played.
So the real question is, we all know that I'm better than Joe at ping pong, but who is better between you two at Fortnite?
Joe.
Zach.
Oh, well.
Aww.
That's not true.
There's only one
It's
way to
just not
solve
true.
this debate.
It's just not true. I will 100% concede. Joe
I
plays
will
way
humbly
more
say,
Fortnite than
I
I
will
do.
humbly say that Zach is right. I'm better.
Do you use Zach as bait like he used to use me in bait for Halo?
No. I've probably logged so much more games than Zach, to be honest. Like there were 2 days last week that I didn't play, and that was probably the first time. Like I play every day. Like I'm probably more addicted to this game than I was Halo.
No way.
I swear, dude.
That is no.
I swear. Maybe.
There's no way you've banked nearly as much time as you have on Halo in general.
And I've done the opposite. So Joe's played every day. There was a span of time, I think it was around 2 weeks, maybe more, where I didn't I didn't play at all.
Yep.
Now, there's no way, you're right, Johnny, that I've played as many games of Fortnite as I have Halo. But I've played a lot.
Well, that's
I
good.
do have some data about
Yeah, what's your slash played?
about Halo. What's my what played?
Yeah, your time played.
Time played? I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I think
Did you
it
guys ever
records it.
think? Did you guys ever think about like weird facts? Like, there's someone in this world who's eaten more mayonnaise than everyone else in this world, and they don't know who they are.
It's true. With somebody that's like slept more than everybody.
Yeah, and they just don't know if they're that person.
definitely-
Doesn't that seem like such a waste of a
It's
awesome
like a
feat?
Reddit shower thought. If you ever get on Reddit.
It is, absolutely.
I saw one the other day. that
I
was
hate
like,
Reddit.
If you hate Reddit?
I avoid Reddit at
Oh
all
my
costs.
God, dude, I love it. It's so funny. There was a shower thought on there the other day that said, if you're all by yourself and you open up a peanut and eat it, you're the only one to have ever seen that peanut. Just think about that. It's like anything like that.
That's funny.
It's my peanut.
That's hilarious, dude.
That's a little bit mind blowing. All right, so coming up on the next season of Jumbled, we'll have more Joe, more gardening, doilies,
Stationary.
stationary. We'll redefine the ping pong champion of the world, though I'm pretty sure it will remain me. We'll see the birth of Ham Hornet, which I'm really excited about.
And definitely more. Y'all ready for this?
Joe's just gonna be playing that song while I'm getting my ass beat, while he's giving me
Ooh.
money for a passport.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could just put down the soda and do your jam, man.
You know what? Don't sleep on me, dude.
Dude,
I'm
my
saying.
biggest thing is chocolate. I was at a meeting
I
the other
love
day,
chocolate.
and I had a bowl full of chocolate in front of me. Not like there's no like Skittles or like sour stuff that just doesn't appeal to me. It was like bowls full of Twix, Snickers, Kit Kats, all the little fun size stuff. And I was like, you know what?
Yep.
I'm not going to eat a single one of those. I sat in front of that thing for 2 hours looking at it.
That is incredible.
I just, you know how sometimes you just do something without thinking? I grabbed a Snickers and I had it in front of me and I was about to unwrap it and I'm like, what am I doing? I wasn't even thinking about it. It was just like subconscious. And I didn't put it back in the bowl. I put it down in front of me. I was like, I'm not going to eat you. I was like, I'm in control of you, Snickers. And then
There's no way I would have been able to
Oh,
resist that.
Dude, I don't know where this. I don't know where
way.
this. Where this discipline came from. And then when we left, I picked up that Snickers, I put it back in the bowl, and I walked away.
That is, you just played
Yeah.
a very serious game of just the tip.
Just the snick,
I was
dude.
edging super hard, dude.
And that person had AIDS, and you played that game and won.
Dude, this
and
is-
I am.
But he
This
loved
is
it.
coming
but
from
he
the
loved
guy
it.
who would
So
eat
that-
like a pound chocolate bar when Grandma sent it to me in college. I would eat
Yep.
all
Yeah.
of the chocolate bar, the bunny, and all the Reese's stuff in one sitting.
Yep.
Ali and
So
I have
you-
come to the realization that Gus, my dog Gus, is literally the dog version of me. Because we will both eat. If there's food, we will eat it and eat it and eat it and not stop until like we'll both puke.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll just keep eating. And I don't
Yeah.
have that.
Puke.
My
puke and
ability
rally.
is just that. Yeah, man. Bulimia, 0 calories, twice the flavor.
It's a T-shirt, right?
It is definitely a T-shirt, I'm sure.
Oh, God.
But the other weekend, so Gus, though I've always thought he was a dumb dog, has figured out how to get into his food bin, which is a double locked Tupperware container on top of his kennel. And the other weekend, Gus got into his food and gorged himself to the point where his belly was dragging on the floor. Coincidentally, I did something very similar, and Allie got a pretty good chuckle about me and Gus basically rolling around on the couch with severe stomach pains because we're
Oh my
both
gosh.
fat pieces of shit.
How funny, dude. I've been there.
Yeah.
Definitely been there. gorging.
I just love it.
Relatable.
What was that?
Hashtag relatable,
hashtag.
dude.
Zach was doing a hashtag.
Hashtag
Dude,
relatable.
Zach, we gotta get you to bed, dude. You yawned
We
for
do.
like a
I'm
minute
tired of
straight.
shit, dude.
You almost fell out of your chair.
I thought he was just
Yeah,
a
I
really
don't-
heavy mouth breather.
I have no recollection of the past 20 minutes, actually. So.
Oh, well, you got at least an hour of post ahead of you, so let's wrap this one up. Zach, as our lead anchor host.
Go check out our social media, Instagram, Twitter,
Continue, Zach.
The tweeter.
Go ahead, continue.
Please.
Facebook,
Please, no.
and no longer on SoundCloud.
Oh, really, Zach? Is that true?
Yep, that's true, Joe.
Yeah, it hasn't been that way for about 6-7 months now.
Like, wow.
Joe's a little bit behind, all right? All right, Zach, take us out. Episode 100. Joey, thanks for coming on. It's
course.
been great
Loved it.
catching up.
Loved
Congratulations.
every minute of it.
Looking forward to seeing you again. You'll get to record me just absolutely obliterating Zach.
Can't wait, dude.
There we go.
I got 5 on it.
All right, guys. Joe, screw you. Johnny, screw you. Hate both of you guys. And here's to the next 100 episodes of Jumbled. If you guys want to check us out on social media, you go find us on Jumbled Podcast. Just search for Jumbled Podcast. You'll find us. Send emails to jumbledpodcast@gmail.com or johnny.jumbled@gmail.com. Dick pics only. Like we said before, Johnny only wants the dick pics.
I save them
So,
all and I put them to good use.
you know what he did? You know what he did? He actually has one of those cork boards, and he prints out almost like little Polaroids almost of these dick pics, and he's placing them where he thinks they are
Yeah.
in the world.
We're renovating
And
our
he's-
office, and I just painted, so I have all these beautiful, fresh white walls, and I'm just building a wall collage in our office.
And he's making his own fresh white walls all over your dick
Homemade
pics.
paint.
Brr! That's the sound he makes. All right, that just took a weird turn, and I just checked back in for the podcast. By the way, I'm here. Actually, we're not ending. I'm back for another hour. No,
Got back for another hour.
okay, dude. Okay. And thanks to our sponsor, Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get a book, please. Please do it, because if you don't, then I am not going to have a warm blanket to cover myself with during this cold night. And it'd be very much appreciated.
If you don't,
also,
Hitler
head
wins.
over to That's true. That's true. Don't be a Nazi. And if you would so kindly, please head over to patreon.com/jumbled. And like Joe said, give as much as you can, and the winner of whoever donates the most in the next month or so gets to name Joe's firstborn child. That's right.
Ham Horn Et. It's been decided.
Yep. But that's gonna do it for us now, Joe. Love you.
Love
Dude.
you.
Thanks for
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for starting this train out with us. Thanks for jumping off, and then Johnny, thanks for picking it up, dude.
Someone's got to carry this shit show.
Yeah.
Might as well be you.
It's not me. All I do is I just start it off. I start it off, and then I end it, and in the middle I just get shit on and belittled, and then and that's.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry,
And then
Zach.
off
This was
air,
a tough episode.
I
on
would
you.
never say this on air, but you're a great person.
Thanks, dude.
Go ahead and bleep
you know
that
what?
out for me, please.
Yeah, I'll bleep it.
Take care of
I'm
that
gonna
in
say
post.
this on air, but
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of Jumbled, your favorite podcast.
About how lovely Zach is.
Oh, dude, you're lovely.
Oh.
You know what? We're all lovely. Love you guys.
Lovely. They're all so lovely.
nothing is the answer. Nothing.
Nothing. Oh. Great. Starting off hot, dude. Starting off hot. Episode 100. All right. I gotta psych myself up.
Oh my gosh. Do your coke off cast.
This is what the podcast has become, Joe.
Aren't you glad you jumped ship, dude?
Oh, let me add to it. Hold on a second.
Zach, do you know what our hits were for 2018?
Nope.
You fucking
Have not calculated that yet.
Piece of shit.
It's been super fucking busy, dude.
If the lights,
But what I can tell you is we did better this year than we did in 2017. But 2017 was only a partial year, so.
Johnny, what's rolling around in your mouth?
cough drop. Sorry.
I'm just asking. Just asking because I hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fucking Batman over here.
Is that what he's known for? There's Batman. He fucking heard everything. That Batman picked that one up so fucking loud.
Yeah.